Welcome back to Rain. Today we're playing skylines. In today's video, we're going to be finishing up the series with a new ore industry. So we're building it up on top of this mountain here. And so I first started off with our access road, and then I went through and cleaned up the terrain around it. And this all just made it all look nice. And I would say it turned out pretty nice as access road. Definitely is a pretty steep grade, but gotta do what you gotta do. There isn't really much else that we could do. So, I mean, it would be a bit of a hazard for trucks, but we kind of have to deal with what we got. But, put down the main building, then I just made the ore industry, or the whole ore area, this whole entire top of this plateau, I guess. And due to it being very hilly up top here, and also there's just not being many space, I only used the small mines and small mining areas. They both went together very well for all this up here, and I would say that that turned out quite nice. I don't know what I'm saying. And I mean, I did need to do some road changes with how it goes, but overall, like I said, it all turned out pretty nice. And I put the wind turbines up here to power this stuff, and also since it's on top of the hill, it would be very windy, so they would be in a very optimal spot to get a ton of wind generation and power coming in from up top with all the high winds here. And I just did some final touches up top here too. Then I got to work on a small development, kind of like a base camp for our industry. It just has some businesses and some homes. I figured that they would put that due to there being the ore mine. While there is a city right nearby, they would just want some people maybe a little bit closer. So just figured I'd put that in. And I did, and well, it's there now. So I put in that and the small business just this way, obviously. Has something more than just a house. And then I also put in some place to process the ores into glass and metal, and also a place to store them. And they wouldn't need much capacity in terms of processing, just because there isn't a whole lot of stuff going into them. And then along that main road, I did add in some more businesses and homes along there for our people, and then I put in an earthquake sensor just to bring power across the highway. And then I also connected them up with water, and I also I got rid of those abandoned buildings, and then I went throughout the entire city and just did some small final touches. Mostly it was just adding in some of the stuff from the newer DLCs and then some quick little traffic fixes. And for these new unique buildings that I put in and that I retrofitted into their spots, just pretty much just found places that I felt like that they would work out and fit in nicely. I feel like that they were there originally and meant to be there. And so I put these all throughout the entire suburbs of the city. So yeah, there's just tons of them. Some of them I put in parking lots, some of them I didn't. It all depends on what it was. Bigger, smaller, many different factors for why I might have gotten a parking lot, why I might have not. And I just put them in where I felt they would fit in nice. Most of them, I believe, turned out quite nicely. This one here really turned out pretty nice. I added an extra road just for it. and I would say they turned out really well with how everything went together with the roads and all that stuff. And then we also added in some more, like I said, which these buildings, they definitely look very, very nice. And before I put them, they all look nice too in their spots. But I don't got a whole lot more to say, but as usual, we'll look at the final bit, but this will be the last episode, I believe, unless I come up with something crazy to do. This will be probably our last episode of the series. Next episode will probably be the tour. Like I said, think of something crazy to do. But here's the final product. I hope you enjoyed it. Have many things, subscribe, do this next one. Bye!